Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like Enter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I kind of look at it. Look at it. My nose is dry. It's not what you think, okay? But this is for my nose. My daughters are with the mother right now. But all of you women out there need to hear this message. It gets dry. Sometimes they probably need to humidify. But I want you women to understand something here. If you want to choose the right man, I want to talk about this in my life. Earlier today, I wasn't talking earlier because I was busy, preoccupied with different things I have to do. Okay, I'm your Gen X. Anything therapy goes. Okay, I do gaming. I do too many things to list. Okay, I am inefficient as possible because I am not that ambitious. It's not wise to be too ambitious. Have y'all watched my videos on my TikTok? I very much appreciate all of your love and support because I can understand. I understand what you're going through, right? Look into my eyes, okay? But if you're a female watching me and you need advice from a Gen X, you know where to find me. You check out my TikTok, you know how to get in touch with me. Good morning to you, Marie Valks. What's going on? Okay. I want to say one thing to you. I want to say many things, as a matter of fact, because I'll be trying to talk for about an hour, okay? And that's all I'm going to be on here for. I'm not getting paid, okay? I'm not a Kevin Samuels, as I said before. Hello to you, Lo, Mona. How you been? I am international. I do not do the ways of a lot of guys do. I don't complain about women because I understand the psychology of women. Because I went to school for psychology and computer engineer. I got my degree in architectural drafting and design. I do have a background. Yes, yes, yes. It's too bad that a lot of people look at imagery so much and then that's rather just go upon the image rather than just what the person is saying. But I'm kind of like a Kanye West. I try to be abstract as possible. But of course, I want you women to understand this, okay? That if you're looking for a man, try not to approach men without authorization from your fathers. If you do not have a father, I repeat, if I have two daughters, okay, I have two daughters, and this woman I was with in the past, she cursed me and said, out her mouth, okay, I hope you have daughters, because I know how easy it is to raise sons over daughters, okay. So from experience, from my perspective, from experience anecdotally, okay, sons are easier to raise than girls, okay, because you have to be more protective of your daughters than your girls. Mean, let me invite you. Make sure there's no noise in the background, and I hope you know English, okay? Um, so how have you been? Hello to you.
Where you from?
I'm from the USA. Where are you from?
I am from Syria.
Okay, Syria. Much love to you from USA to Syria. How you been?
Yes.
Yes, I was talking about how women
My
can.
friend, my friend. USA, USA.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a fitness trainer, and where I used to work in the warehouse back in my heydays.
Syria.
Yeah.
USA. Oh yes, Syria.
Okay. How you been?
This stuff, this stuff, this stuff, this stuff, this stuff.
Yes. So
This.
I was teaching something to women about how women can avoid. I said, bro, look
Touch,
like
touch.
the baby. Okay. I don't know who the baby is. Okay. I don't pay attention to media too much in the social media. But a lot of times women choose the wrong man is because their fathers are not involved. This is very
Stop, stop
important.
screen.
If you have daughters, okay, you must protect your
Stop,
daughters at all
stop,
costs, okay?
stop, stop.
And if you're a father with
Stop,
sons, you have to teach your sons the ways of alphaness, which is
stop
very
screen.
rare and few in occasion,
Please,
okay?
please
It
like,
is very
screen,
important.
please stop.
Yeah,
Share, please like, stop screen, please. Please stop, please share, stop screen, please stop, stop,
okay.
please stop.
Let me mute
Stop
it. I'm
screening,
gonna mute
please.
your thing because I'm trying to teach something here, so I give little pointers to women. Okay.
Stop,
How
stop,
do you have any children?
stop, please stop, please share, stop screening, please.
Okay, let me
Please
see. I'm
stop,
gonna
please.
mute you for a little bit. Well, I just want you guys, women, to understand that if you do not have a father, you should find an elder before you make decisions. You cannot make decisions on your own. Okay, as a female, you must. If you're religious, by the way, your religion, either it be Quran or the Bible, is a great evil for a greater good. And it's very important to understand that the patriarch is in those religions itself because it's written by man. Okay, right? So if you do not have someone to give you guidance on choosing the man, that is your first biggest mistakes. You are not asking approval of your fathers. The traditional way is to go through your father, not through your mother. Okay, men and women are not equals. Once you say two men are equal, you don't understand the concept of life, okay? Because nothing is truly equal, okay? And if you have two round balls, right? Let's say you have two round balls created manufacturally, okay, by a computer. They will not be exactly the same microscopically. Okay, microscopically, they're not the same. If you have two twins that are born, they are most likely going to be different in some sort of way. They might like, some might, one of the twins might like chocolate while the other one likes vanilla. Okay, they're not the same. So you must get approval of your father's, hand. Okay, when I travel to international countries, I always seek the families. If there is no families involved, okay, then I don't travel. Okay, when I travel, I am a holy man. I do not have sins in my past. A lot of people who are religious, they believe in prophets. Okay, I know I'm getting off the topic, but I try to ramble on about some topics to be interesting. Not no two people are alike. Some people are more special than others, but it's very okay,
أنا الصوت واضح.
hey, is
Please
that your
stop, please
son?
stop, please stop, please stop screening, please. Please stop, please share, stop screening, please. God
Hello to
bless
you,
you, God bless. Hello, hi. أمو أمو سلام أمو سلام عليك. Hi, God bless you. Please stop, please share, stop screening, please. Stop screening, please.
parenting
Stop,
is a very
stop.
important thing when it comes down to. Yeah, parenting is a very important thing because I have daughters myself, and I try to teach people to only listen to people who have children. But you got to be careful of people who do have children and they're not disciplined themselves. Countless people have not been raised properly by their alpha fathers, so they go about life through trial and error. So it's very important to try to get approval from your fathers. 9 times out of 10, when a female, okay, and if you are not focused on his maturity level. Maturity or maturity level is important because a lot of men tend to gravitate towards, okay, let me do it again. They tend to gravitate towards the sexual energy of a woman. The man you're supposed to be with is not supposed to be with his sexual energy, and he has to be tested by the father. Okay, I'll see some videos on here where women complaining about men. And usually these type of women are hit the wall type females, beta women who basically don't know any guidance. They haven't any guidance. So when they get hurt by a man, they think most men are that way, and it's not true. Most women usually choose the wrong men. About 25% of the beta alphas out there, 25% of them are messing with the 80% of beta females. Okay, and women tend to gravitate towards what's more attractive rather than the equal appearance or beauty of themselves or attraction. Like, for example, I say if you're a person who's overweight, right, you should always deal with someone who's overweight. I think it's very important to fall for your type. It's very important. But let me see what he has to say. Okay, yes, so what is
Share,
on your mind?
please.
How have you been?
Please stop, please share, tap screen, please tap, good bless you, love from Syria, please stop, please share, tap screen, please,
Okay.
please stop, please share, tap, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna play one more game with you,
بس
okay?
يا عودي,
Okay, I'm gonna play one more game
tap,
after
please
this
share,
man's
tap,
up. Because I want to talk
please
to the
add,
people.
please tap,
I am a
please
conversationalist and
tap,
also a therapist, okay? So I'm just trying to help
please
people out here.
tap,
And I'm gonna post this on my YouTube as well, okay?
tap, please tap screen,
So
please,
let
tap
me
screen,
see.
please, tap screen,
Yeah, okay, I understand that a lot of people like to play these little games on here, but I try my best not to get involved with these games too much. But the moral of this video is to choose men more wiser. You cannot blame men for anything when they're at low maintenance. Lots of times men have lots of qualities that you do not have because you have not been trained or taught. And if you have not been trained or taught, you're going to choose the wrong man 80% of the time. Okay. You have your girlfriends, your mother, the father's not around. Okay. And when you choose the beta alpha construct males, you're going to just be attracted to them and you may make a mistake. That mistake can cost you in the future. And I say hello to you guys and everyone else. So I'll play one more game with this guy because this little game here about who's attractive, who's more attractive because of kids or whatever, it's kind of a nuisance to me, but it's okay. I'll play it sometimes. But that's all I really want to say, guys. I'm going to be on here for like probably at half an hour to an hour. But if you don't have nothing to say, it is okay. So if you're one of those type of females who have been hurt by a male and you've already lost your virginity, you should start getting education by an alpha male or Gen X or someone who is already of age to help you choose the right mate. You should never choose mates because of your sexual attraction for him because that's gone. That's done. Okay. There was this female I was talking to, right? And she said she wanted me to artificially inseminate her because of my pretty children. I don't give away my life force. The man creates life. It's from his ball sack, right? So the sperm travels up the canal of the vagina, okay, and then next thing you know, it seeks the egg like a magnet, okay. And what happens is that when it seeks the egg, that spermatozoid transforms into the baby. Okay, life is starts from a male, while the woman holds the life force of the male. Okay, and once that baby is born, depends on if she was cheating or not, or if she was thinking about some other man. That baby should be a healthy baby, girl or boy. Okay, all right. So the moral, what I'm saying here again, is to get approval from your fathers. Get approval and get an education on what men's needs are. Men's needs are not that high. And a lot of times I'll see women who get hurt and they become narcissistic, they become unhealthy, and then they just gravitate towards those women who's already been hurt. And so I'm going to speak to him about this last game here. Yeah, this is the last game, man.
fix your
I'm
shape,
going to talk to you later. But you won that too,
screen, please,
okay? All right?
please.
See you later. Bye bye for
Tap,
now. All right, okay. So, if you come on my stream, I get a lot of attention internationally because I do teach English dynamically, not academia. Okay, and I will post this on my YouTube because I have very informative information, but ineffective information. I'm not really interested in being popular. I have no interest in that. I'm not that ambitious. I have said this before. I cause a lot of people suffering, and you may not believe in my magic, but it's okay. Okay? It's just that I try to keep myself antisocial for a good reason. Okay? But other than that, if you're a female watching this, you should always ask questions. What should I do? Who should I pick? Okay? What should I look for? The danger signs. The danger signs in most beta alpha males is guys you are simply attracted to. I understand that social media may have corrupted your souls, okay, because of beauty and what appearances are and attraction, okay, but you're not supposed to be focused on those things. Okay, my daughters does not focus on those things. They focus on the left brain hemisphere, the logic. They will not be drawn sexually towards anything. Okay, it's really about a mental psychosis of discipline, which most people do not have. So I'm just trying to help you guys, you women out here. Okay, I've been giving a lot of information to guys, beta males and beta alpha males. But the alpha males that's out there who are rare know what I'm talking about, okay? Especially if you're Gen X, okay? But if you're a female, you're going to have to take advice from your fathers, okay? The red signs to look out for beta alpha male construct is mainly a guy who you feel sexually drawn to, sexually attracted to, got a lot of money. These guys are no good, okay? I'm not a Jerrick Jackson at all. I am not a Kevin Samuels. I am a Gen X. Learn from the pimps, learn from Italians, the real way of living like a man, okay? Now, there are men who are so good at being pure and holy. They live in the Mount Caucasus and they live in Tibet, okay? These individuals are pure of heart. They don't socialize that much. They have a very high degree of discipline as well. And I'm one of those guys who have a high degree of discipline, okay? And I'm not boring at all. I'm not all about conjecture and lecturing and stuff like that. I'm not stubborn. Children love me because I always play different games. I'm always smiling and happy, but I give them a little pieces of information to keep their minds at bay so they won't go astray. It is very important to where, let me see. Braxton says, which fiction series is the best? Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, or the Bible? I love all of those stories, man, but I'm more of a magical Harry Potter, okay, and more of the Lord of the Rings. I love Star Wars too, man. I love Star Wars until they started going downhill with the series, okay, but the Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter is pretty deep. A lot of the times when you read the Bible, however, it is plagiarized by older religions. And this is what I try to teach people who are into religion. Religion means to bind in Latin. Okay? Means to bind. Mankind is not really mature enough to give and be thoughtful enough to help one another. Okay? And what happens is that religion is created so we can have some order. Religion is created so we can have a conscience. God, all these things are magic spells, words, spellings. Okay, you got to be careful with that. We are living in a materialistic world. There are many different. I'm talking about hypothesis. Hypothetically speaking, there may be different dimensions, times difference, and spaces, but you got to keep your mind open. I love fiction. I love the Dritz Durden, okay, the Dark Elf trilogy. I wish they make a video game out of it, but he shows up in the game sometimes. I like movies that are very dark, okay. I like anime. Anime to me is the more exaggerated version of reality in which I basically is drawn to, because I wish that most movies were basically CG, okay, made into a movie like a CG style, and then I can relate to it much better, okay, because when you make it into a real movie, okay, it gets kind of drab, it gets kind of boring, okay, like when I watched the movie 300, okay, that movie was very great because there was some artistic creativity in there, okay. And when I watch Robots Love and Bots, okay, Bots Love and Robot, okay, on Netflix, I kind of fall in love with all of the artistic abilities that's really left out in the cold, okay. It's like everybody want to make everything realistic or something. Well, you don't need to do that, okay. But anyway, I love fiction, okay. But I just want to say this one last thing. If you're female, please do not blame men for your mistakes. Always focus on your own self and your own fault. Because if you start focusing on the feminist movement, which is the plan of the illuminated ones, if you want to call them, if you call them whatever you want, they make money off of separation of the sexes. Okay, so if a man and women are fighting each other, there's money to be made. And if you did your research, you'll find out the feminist movement was created by a white woman because she got the idea from a black woman. Okay, black women were like house slaves. Okay, they're house servants, not house slaves, but house servants. And we're teaching white women about how they can stand up for themselves. Okay, and then that's how the feminist movement occurred. And then the government got a whiff of it and said, "Hey, yeah, we should get anybody let them have their own say and anything they want." Okay, and that causes a rift in order. And you can make money out of chaos, okay? And that is the plan of the illuminated ones. That is the plan. Now, Confucius said it best. Men should walk on the right while the women walk on the left. Because no two people are equals. There is no such thing as equals. I don't understand what it is. I can understand where people coming from when they say the Homo sapien race. But there's many different variations of Homo sapiens. Some Homo sapiens are 2 times, 3 times bigger than each other. Okay, so you can't call them. They might have a humanoid walk or stature about themselves, but hey, you never know. Okay, it's just they're not equals. No two people or nothing is equal. Okay, even if you engineer it, okay, it's microscopically not equal. Okay, but if that's what I want to say. But if you're a female watching this, please do not blame men because it's all gonna come down in your head because the ball is usually in the woman's court. When you make the decision to lay with the wrong men, okay? Beta males out there are far more virgin men out there than there are virgin women, hands down. And when you're out there talking about, okay, men are this and men, you only cause the beta male, the Big Bang Theory type guys, to logically think that you are not capable of being feminine because you keep overlooking them, okay? A lot of times beta women overlook beta men. They do not settle for their types. I say fall for your type. So if you're a fatty, okay, you should deal with a fatty. If you're a skinny, you should deal with a skinny. You just have to have your standards to where if you're watching Netflix and you have to watch Netflix, find someone who watches Netflix. I know that may seem hard. It may seem like a twin flame, but you can learn from your twin flame. I don't deal with twin flames that much. Because you're always competing to one another, learning about different things. But that means somebody's immature. Somebody's lacking the education. Somebody's lacking the discipline. Okay? Like I say before, look for kindred spirits. Kindred spirits come together about 4% of the time. And a kindred spirit is someone who matches your personality and your appearance to the T. Almost to the T. You can say 95%. Okay, when you have found your kindred spirit, you are on the same wavelength. You think the same. It's not boring because you love yourself. Not trying to be narcissistic or anything, but you must love yourself before you get involved with any type of relationship, guys and women, okay? And if you have been corrupted and you was raised by a parent that tends to gravitate towards both sexes or bisexual stuff like that, then you got to be careful with that because the penis doesn't naturally go up the ass. Okay, that's a fetish. Okay, that's a fetish. And I'm not trying to get my TikTok removed here, but that's a fetish. You got to be careful. Fetish type people. Okay, people who love blood. People who like, ice. Okay, people who like sand. Okay, these people. You got to be careful. Okay, and I know guys who are basically turned gay because of a lack of a lay, and these guys are just behind the closet type guys because they like money, so that's a fetish for them. There are people who are not moved by money, okay? And it's very important not to be moved by money because if materialism can get the hold of you and you can't live free or die trying, you're not living life. Life is not just about living on a mountain somewhere in a nice house. I saw it. I saw a picture of a house in the middle of a tree stump, Yeah, false idols are religion itself because you never met those idols. And I keep telling people, get out of religion. If you want to be free, you want to be truly free, you help people. If you got more than enough to help someone, to be a missionary, because a missionary is a great heart. And of course, they say Jesus and all these Elijah Muhammad's and these prophets were great gifters of the world. Did you know that most people in these churches are charlatans? T.B. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Joyce Myers, The world should not have these rich, ultra rich preachers preaching, and then there's suffering in the world all around them. In that vicinity, where everywhere is a church, you know goddamn well, okay, that if there's a church somewhere, they're making millions and they're tax free. Okay, so there should never be suffering anywhere if there's churches anywhere. Okay, as a matter of fact, it's the purpose of church. Yeah, they don't treat. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they don't even get it too involved because the purpose of the Bible is to help people from suffering. Yeah. It was created by the bishops because they were pagans. The Jesuits, the Constantines, they knew about this. They knew that it's hard to control a bunch of children who just don't know how to give to one another thoughtfully. Greed destroys, that's the first thing. Greed destroys more people than anything. Selfishness. Okay, a lot of people don't claim God. Okay, until it depends on their life, until their life depends on it. That's right. But God is who you are, as a matter of fact. God is who you are. It's not some spook in the sky or some book that you read it from, okay? God, as a matter of fact, I can tell you the true definition of God. If you turn God backwards, you get dog, okay? And a dog is representation of a follower, okay? And dog represents dogma, okay? And dogma represents propaganda. I learned this when I was younger. In propaganda, the word God is in propaganda. That's a big word, right? So where do you think propaganda came from? Paganism. Even though there's no O in paganism, you could say paganism, okay? You have to understand that men worship the clouds, the moon, and the star, and the sun. And what happens is that you're more of a truther than, I'm a realist too. I'm a realist, a spiritualist, because I do believe in some sort of mysticism, okay? Because the placebo effect is real, okay? I don't believe in that I'm anything close to God. No, what I mean by God, I'm saying you're just a deity. This phone is a God. The molecules in your body is written all in your code. Yahweh, that's what they say, is written in your code. You're a God. You make things happen. There are men in this world who can create life with their own hands, engineer it, bioengineer it, and they can do it. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're a supernatural God, though. There are some people with different abilities in this world. You're not supposed to be using it for the greater evil. Okay, that's a huge burden to bear. You'll probably be devolved into nihilism. What is that? Okay, which you can figure from their own father. They didn't get approval. They did not get approval from their father, so they choose these men out of, okay, he's attractive. Okay, that's the first mistake. That's two mistakes in one. Okay, and then that man's going out in the street. Okay, he's attractive, he's a fuckboy or whatever, and then they complain. Okay, you can't do that. Okay, that's your fault. You make the mistake, but you keep making it. The really worst thing of it all is that these women keep doing it. Okay. Now, as I said before, if I invite you and you don't know English, I'm not gonna be on that long. Okay. Hello, how you been?
Hi.
Where are you from?
Oh, sorry, my friend. Okay, okay,
Okay, are you okay?
okay.
Are you okay? Okay. Yeah, but as I said before, I'm here to give therapy to you people of the earth, okay? Because I'm one of the chosen ones. I don't have sins. I don't go out. I've always been in the box. I always kept myself surrounded by a 10 by 10 cell, keeping myself away from most general public. But when I do encounter the general public, then I try to be as fun as possible. And then I disappear. I give a little bit of advice. Like when I'm on a basketball court playing basketball and stuff, I usually teach the guys to keep your virginity at all times, or charge the women to the game, because if a woman has already been a prostitute, you don't want to see you won't want to get sexually active with a female who's already been sexually active. Women have already had more experience than men overall. There are women out there who have been with 15 men, but you has only been with 3 women. Okay, no, that's not a good match. That's not a good sign for you guys. You guys are the victims. Be careful. There's too many men in the Far East, especially in the Far East, in China and Japanese. They're living in a box, right? And they keep themselves distracted by gaming. And gaming is not enough for a man, okay? If a man is not keeping himself with multitudes of different things, he's going to commit seppuku, okay? He's not going to last that long. And then I try to talk to these individuals internationally, and it's a very lonely life. So, and then you got women in the developed countries saying there's no good men. And then when I travel to Ethiopia, okay, and I see all the men who've never seen women before, they never saw any pornography, okay, on the internet, and I'm astonished, okay, you know, how women can say there's no good men. I just don't understand that. I'm talking about attractive, reasonably attractive, fit men, okay. There are white women who actually go overseas and take advantage of these guys. There are white men and women who go over there because they got the money and the funds. But trust me on this, when a woman says straight up there is no good men, her mind is in a box. It's sort of trapped. She does not have the knowledge, okay? She's only going on what her surroundings is. She doesn't really, let me see, psyops and propaganda. See, the word God is in propaganda. That's right, okay? Social engineering, correct, okay? But you have to have some sort of social engineering because we all are animals in a sense. We all have to be brainwashed by something. When I was 7 years old, I kind of knew that religion was to bind. It means to not ask questions. When you are in religion, you don't ask questions, do you? Right? You're not inquisitive enough. When I ask questions to my mama, I say, if Jesus is real and God is real, then why not? Then I get smacked for it. I go to the preacher and I say the same thing. And they don't have the answer. But they keep relating to the book. Okay? But when I read the book tells you straight up in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, very early in the Bible, if you carefully look at it, and there's really missing books from the Bible too. So I was reading about the Apocryphal records, and I'm like, the more education you have, the more dangerous you become, right? So in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, it clearly tells you, and we created man in our image. Who is that? And it's not the Trinity, because I know some people would speculate and say, no, it doesn't say it is the Trinity, okay? It doesn't say it, okay? And then you got beings like King Solomon, the wisest of all men, of all beings, okay? Now, you know goddamn well, if you tell me that Jesus was more wiser than King Solomon, he is the son of David. Remember the story of David and Goliath, the giant? Okay, he is the son of David. Yeah, he was part of the Nephilim. And next thing you know, he killed them with that stone. Okay, that's wisdom for your ass right there. And so Solomon is a wizard. He was a fucking warlock. He controlled the demons and did what he wanted to do. He is the only man who ever was the richest of the world. People all across the world gave him their daughters. Yes. The most powerful, wise. As a matter of fact, King Solomon actually tried to give the ring of power, which the Lord of the Rings is based off, to a demon called Samuel. And Samuel took the ring, threw his ass to one part of the ocean, and he threw him to the other side. Okay. Yo, man, y'all should read about King Solomon the Great. He controlled the demons. He persuaded them to build his palace. No man has ever done that. Okay, no man. Okay. No man is as powerful as wise as Solomon, okay? So the thing is that he had too many wives. And you know he was sexually satisfied. He definitely was. But the problem was his mind was in limbo. He was never a sinner because he was too wise to be a sinner. As a matter of fact, this person who comes in second place as the wisest man of all times is Socrates, because he questioned everything. Even in Greek mythology, it says that no man is wiser than Socrates. And you watch The God of War, you can see who is Socrates. Y'all better do some research on that. Okay, Socrates questioned everything, but the problem was, the conundrum was, when the question was asked, they could not answer it. So he's guilty. But instead of trying to live in his life, He committed seppuku. He took hemlock and killed himself. Socrates killed himself. But King Solomon lived to the age of 667 years old. I think it was 600. He lived a very long life. Because you know there's going to be missing stories, okay? Even the greatest man knows himself to be a fool. Well, I don't know if King Solomon was ever a fool, okay? Because he had a conundrum with himself. He had everything he needed and wanted. There was nothing foolish about him at all, okay? But, of course, people would say the same thing about Jesus actually, committing seppuku on the cross. He didn't have to. But you know what happened when they say Jesus pretty much died on the cross? The rocks split and the sun became dark, like the earth was about to be destroyed. Think about that. If that story was true. As a matter of fact, no story is actually true unless you was there. Everything is speculative. Hypotheticals. Okay, religion is a tool. Okay, but anyway, let me check how long I was talking for a minute, because I told you before I was talking for a duration of 37 minutes, and I think I'm good so far. So if there's any females listening to me, wisdom is the key, discipline is the key. Okay, everything they write is low-key fiction. Okay, yeah, it's plagiarism, as a matter of fact, because what's more fascinating is the Mahabharata, the Vishnu records. These are demiurge gods who once lived on the planet for over 3,000 or 5,000 years old. There was a being called Ramayana, okay, right? He lived to the age of 6,000 years old. And I remember one of the stories of Ramayana, okay? And he's a demiurge god, and he was with the humans, and they lived in peace and harmony. And that was another time in which there was a powerful demiurge god that lived with humans. There were many demiurge gods, Krishna, Shiva, and stuff like that. But to me, his life seems to be like the life I want to live. He had a wife, right? Because I'm pretty sure he should have had more than one wife. But this one wife, he said it was so beautiful that he had to go save her from a demon. Okay? And after he saved her, there was a story about it. It was pretty interesting. After he saved her, the clouds opened up. Okay? And then, like Thundercats, had sight beyond sight, And the clouds opened up and he went back to heaven. His time was up. He lived to the age of 6,000. He's the only god, a demiurge god, that lived upon this planet that actually didn't get taken out, okay, or killed in a certain way. Like Krishna got killed through his ankle, okay? He was in the wilderness and some hunter shot an arrow and hit him in the heel and he died, okay? But Shiva destroyed the planet at one time, okay, with her chaos magic, okay? But I don't know if these things are true, but if you want to see any type of story like this, these books are bigger than the Bible. They're bigger than the Quran. Judaism existed before the Nation of Islam, okay? Hinduism existed before Christianity and Islam as well. So you got to have an open mind when it comes down to knowledge, because a lot of people are locked in these books and they think they're real, okay? The Israelites, everybody is locked up in that. I say, who cares? Who cares about whose race is more superior? As a matter of fact, during those years and the existence of the Mahabharata and the Vishnu, there were humans and other species, like the Star Trek universe. Beam me up, Scotty. Yes, they was. They existed amongst the humans until Shiva came down and destroyed the planet with some kind of ultra beam of fire, okay? You can see, they say it's the evidence of this beam hit the ground so hard that it destroyed the city of Atlantis in one blow, and the earth burned for 100 years while the humans lived underground, okay, but those are just many different stories. The Egyptian stories with the godheads, the Canaanites and all that. There's too many different stories to be closed-minded to thinking about just Jesus, okay, or Elijah Muhammad, okay, and you can't be talking, once you start talking about the truth, you get killed for that, okay? So you got to be careful where you're going, okay? Because a lot of people are ignorant. They believe they've been brainwashed when they was a child. And I say, hey, if you are an indigo, if you're special, okay, and when you become a sponge, you become brainwashed. You become brainwashed, and you cannot learn any further because you have been indoctrinated. I try my best not to be indoctrinated. I try to avoid doctors. Okay, I'd rather try to heal myself like a cat. Okay. Meow, okay. Like when I see dog people all the time, I see dog people, I know they want control in their life. They want a very affectionate person because they need that validation. To be true to yourself, you don't need validation from no one. You are your own God. You are your own self. Know thyself. Your power is more stronger if you seek it in the darkness. The light is the darkness, and the darkness is the light. The balance comes from within yourself, no one else. The world revolves around you, goddammit. Now, there's be people who be like, oh no, the world don't revolve around you. No, it does. I'm outside your world, dog. I'm talking to you outside your world. Okay, it's not about narcissism, no. It's not about egocentricness, okay? Egotisticalness, no. Ego is about people trying to be selfish. Which one are you going to be? A person who's giving with knowledge or loving with knowledge? You have to share. You share, and you have no ego if you're sharing knowledge, right? If you're not being selfish, right? But if your ego is dark, like what happened with Anakin Skywalker, then you will start to kill people. You don't care about nobody. You get angry and you stay angry. You don't know why that person acts a certain way. You have a right to defend yourself. If someone pulls a weapon on you, you must terminate that person immediately. You do not raise your blade at someone when they have not raised their blade at you. That's common sense, okay? But this is why we have America. So, the people of the free earth, okay, can do as they please as long as you don't get caught. Especially capitalism and shit. Capitalism rules. Capitalism is better to have capitalism than communism. Because the people, they say the people over in China, they are not free. That's right, they're not free because their people are not as strong to control their government. Okay? And that's what happens. We have a handful of people and say, hey, no, you can't have guns. If we want to kill you off and make another virus, because that's what I hear. I hear they're trying to make a virus to where it swells up your brain or something like that. That's crazy. We just got done with this stupid 19 crap. What's going to happen next? I'm like, what are they going to try to kill their people off because their real estate is terrible over there? Because right now, China is going through some real estate hardship because they took the people's money over there and destroyed their agreement packs by buying up land instead of building through the construction. I saw that video. I was like, oh, no, China. We're not going to war with China no time soon. They may have some sophisticated information out there. That's cool. But I'm not saying, hey, we got Alienware over here. America has Alienware. Okay? Alienware is no joke, okay? They have to keep that shit top secret so nobody won't get a hold of it. And that's good. Imagine you going over there to Area 51 or going to Nevada, stealing their information, and then you try to use it for the greater good for yourself because of capitalism. They don't want that. All right? So some things are better keep it secret, keep it safe. For the protection of American safety. Because somebody will try to steal that knowledge you stole from Area 51. That's why they say off limits. Use common sense. The aliens may be coming down there because that's an off limit area where they talk to communication with human beings because we are like kind of cattle. Okay, y'all don't understand that? If we can feed off of food off the chicken, the animals, and the cows, then did you watch Predator, right? You know that we are the same way. We're food. Okay, just don't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm about to get out of here, guys. I think I said enough. I ain't saying nothing to break TikTok's policies. Is there certain keywords that can get your video pulled off, but I'm just going to sleep right now because it's about 6 a.m. in the morning. And I do game between Monday night and Thursday night on my TikTok. Okay. But other than that, I am on TikTok. So I'll put my name down here if you want to see it down there. It's XDVSX. I do have a Twitch. Let me see. Okay. Posted down here. Okay. Twitch. Yep. XDVSX on my Twitch. And I'm usually on Monday through Thursday nights. Other than that, Y'all have a nice day and a nice night. I may be back on tomorrow, okay? I mean later on today. But I'm recommended you guys to stay off the cryptocurrency. Stay off the cryptocurrency. Stay off the stocks. And these things do not. It can make you money in the long run, but if you put $10,000 in the crypto, you're not getting that back in the same month. You're probably gonna make half that every other month, okay, or so, but you're not gonna make it every day. That's every month or something. But other than that, that's all I really gotta say, guys. Y'all have a good night. Peace.